Alright, so going over to the shop area, I wanted this to be more of an area that players could go to upgrade their player and also go over to practice their mechanics. So over here you can see that we have this massive sword sticking out of the ground, kind of pointing towards the shop area to show off the shop, as well as pointing to the other side, which is the training grounds, kind of guiding the player as they spawn in. This sword is also massive because it will be a tribute area that the player can go to spin their gold and cast tribute, gain extra buffs the next run that they do. Moving over to the shop area, you'll have all these swords and weapons unlockable based on certain criteria. We haven't added in the side display for the UI as well yet. We are looking to add in a side display that shows the description and any other information such as cost, stuff like that the player might need to know, the special ability. I added in the shopkeeper over here, trying to make it look like he's doing some blacksmithing. If you hold E to interact, he stops, and then it'll take you into the menu, and the menu currently just shows you, it currently just has all the information, various costs, the criteria that it costs, or the criteria that it requires, the stats. This is just a basic outline of how we wanted it to kind of be set up and laid out. Later on, I'm sure that we will make massive UI changes and massive UI adjustments to assets, of course, but it'll have just a simple purchase button over here. When it's unlocked, it'll be green. When it's locked, it'll be red. You can't do anything, but when it's green, it'll pull up the "Do you wish to purchase" menu, and you can click yes. It'll populate that in the player, and then when you click no, it'll just take you right back out. Clicking the back button gets him back to blacksmithing and gets you back on your feet. Going over here, there's a little bar area just to make it so the player feels like there's actually a world to this. So it kind of immerses the player a little bit more, seeing that little area. This pops up some helpful text. Try to wall run. Can't get back up. Try to mantle. Okay. Awesome. Try to wall run. Let's go around here. We can also make it so that that text is also able to be shut off. Use dash to beat the wall traps. Walk through here and practice your different mechanics. If you die in one of these too, it just sends you right back to in front of the trap. So you die in that. This is easily accessible so that the player can just come over here. Let's say you're having difficulties getting your wall runs in each of the levels. You can just try to keep doing it back and forth if you want. And then as you progress further through this, I also added in a slide. There you can practice your sliding. And then going in here, this is a small little combat area with a couple of test dummies that I just got the melee enemies, and I took out some of their attacking so they just track you so the player can come in here. Let's say you just bought a new upgrade, you want to come over and try it out, you want to test using your new weapon or anything that you just bought in the shop. You come over to this area and get these enemies that are just tracking the player and just kind of put the onslaught on them. Test your different mechanics. Go practice on mantling up, different things like that. Coming in here, you have ranged enemies if you want to see how their different, oh lord, their patterns are, as well as attacking them and killing them. Moving into this area, it just circles right back into the shop. So it's easily accessible from both this way. If the player doesn't want to run through all the parkour, they can just come straight over to the training area. And if you wanted to restart, for instance, you could easily just go to the pause menu and restart.